lovely to see you. It's strange times. How are you faring?
Pretty good. Yeah, have been so grateful and thankful to be able to be well and be working through lockdown, and to know that Melbourne and Victoria are opening up slowly as of today is a great relief for me with my family there.
You must feel a long way from home at times like this.
Yeah, I've never felt further from home or from my family, and even now I'm not, I'm just, I don't know, time's so weird right now. Was something yesterday or was it 6 months ago? But it shouldn't be too long before I can get home anyway, hopefully.
You recorded your new album, Disco, in lockdown in London. How did that affect the process compared to normally recording?
That already sounds weird. Disco in lockdown. I'd started working on the album before lockdown, so we'd found our groove. I think we were cantering along. Not at a full gallop, but kind of cantering, like, okay, we know it's called disco, we know this is the theme. We think we've got the kind of backbone of the sound and some, banked a few songs that you can then kind of hinge everything else on. It ended up being much like being in the studio. I think we just adapted.
Who would you say have been the artists who've had the most impact on you over your career?
Oh, there's lots. Thinking of home, Olivia Newton-John. I have watched quite a bit of her recently, and ABBA. A friend sent me a link to the ABBA movie when they were on tour, and a lot of it was in Australia. It was mind blowing. I don't think I saw that as an absolute rabid ABBA fan at 8, 9 years old.
I think for a lot of us, when we hear old songs, and songs of favourite artists and people like that, they transport us right back to when we first heard them. It's really quite powerful the way music can do that. What about for you when you hear one of your old songs? Like, say if you hear I Should Be So Lucky, does that transport you back?
I spent quite a few years just going, that wasn't me, and doing everything I could to run from that. But now enough time has passed that I guess, I'm just thinking, if I heard I Should Be So Lucky right now, I'm thinking about it, I always think of the scene in the bath.
Amazing is with your fans, you've got people that loved you in Neighbours. If I put on I Should Be So Lucky for them, they just feel so happy to hear it. And the people that have loyally stuck with you, for all of that time, that must be really a very touching thing.
It is so touching that you've hit the nail on the head. It's a thing of wonder, and it's been 30 plus years now, and I can't imagine what it's like through their eyes to have seen me as Charlene in Neighbours.
I thought maybe we should talk.
Oh, yeah, if you like.
I wonder what it would be like. I've actually never really asked anyone that. It would be hard to explain anyway. Like, how do you find my growing up?
I don't know, but I suspect that Australians probably feel pride, and sort of love, like they would as if you were a member of their family or like a really favourite sort of friend.
Oh, I hope they do, and that as we said, it's touching, and I just think it's such a beautiful thing, and I guess it's one of the reasons I want to keep making music. Doing a film or going on tour, because you get to have that connection, especially on tour where it's that instant honest reaction, and what you see is what you see. There's no questioning anything. We're together for those couple of hours. It seems like a pipe dream right now, like the idea of touring and being able to do that.
You've had, as anyone would, by the time they hit 50 years, you've had great highs in your life, and you've also had some really challenging times and some lows, in particular your diagnosis with breast cancer in your 30s. How do you think the hard times and being confronted with your own mortality have affected your outlook on life?
It affects everything, I guess, because I didn't know any different before that, and suddenly it's a lot to cope with. It shines a light on every aspect of your life, the lives of your family, the people you love, and what you want to do with your life. And because my diagnosis came just before I was meant to tour in Australia, it just, that was hovering. I mean, obviously I had much bigger things to cope with, but there was always that goal for me, and I was grateful that I still wanted to reach that goal. I did love what I do, and I wanted to keep doing what I do. You hear so many stories of people confronting illness and realizing they want to change everything, and I think that's amazing as well. That's an incredible wake-up call. Mine was that there's more for me to learn and more for me to achieve, and I want to get back on that stage, and I want to finish this tour. People have got their tickets. I wanted to get back and do that.
Well, I hope to see you back here soon, Kylie. Thanks very much for making time to speak to us today.
Thank you. And can I just say, I really miss Australia, and I'm very happy to have connected with you today, and I can't wait to come back home as soon as possible.
And Kylie will be performing